How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Countdown video. We only have 36 days left until the game's release on December 7th, and today I'm coming at you with my thoughts about the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct that happened on November 1st after taking a couple of hours to think about it and re-watch the Direct and just gather my thoughts a little bit. As always, and I cannot stress this enough, these are all my opinions, and this is all 100% my own feelings, so if you disagree, just let me know in the comments section down below and we can talk about it. So now, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started about my thoughts. Now, the first thing that I feel I need to address is that earlier today in my live stream, it seemed like I came off as very complainy and unappreciative and not grateful to Sakurai for everything he's done. Honestly, I sounded like a spoiled brat, and I just wanted to formally apologize to you guys. Everything that Sakurai has done has made me extremely happy, and I could not be any more appreciative or grateful for everything that he's done, and the reason that I was complaining was not because I was unhappy, but because I was just so confused. We saw that Grenish leak, and every single YouTuber besides GameXplain thought that it was real, so shout out to you, GameXplain, I'm very sorry that I doubted you, but every single person thought it was real, which is why I got my hopes up so high. You know, at the beginning of all my videos, I say take it with a grain of salt, but I realized that during the Grenish leak, I decided not to take my daily dose of salt, and that's why I got so upset. I'm really sorry about that, guys, and I promise it won't happen again. This Direct was amazing, and although it wasn't everything I hoped it would be, it was still a great Direct overall. So I think the first and most important thing to talk about are the two brand new characters that were revealed as the final two characters that would be joining the base roster. Obviously, I'm referring to Ken as the Echo Fighter for Ryu, and Incineroar as a brand new fighter. Now, for a long time, people had always been saying Ken is going to be in as Ryu's Echo Fighter, Incineroar is going to be in as their new playable Pokemon, and they were all right. We all thought that the Grenish leak was the leak that was going to end it all, but it turns out Vergaven was right and we got Ken and Incineroar. Now, right away, I am not disappointed with either of these characters in any way. As you guys know, in so many of my videos, I have stated that I grew up playing Street Fighter. Street Fighter was one of my favorite games besides Smash, and I'm extremely happy that Ken got in. In fact, I'm even happier that Guile made it in as an assist trophy. I know a lot of people don't really like that when their favorite character becomes an assist trophy, but Guile is just so awesome that I'm glad he made it into the game. And then in terms of Incineroar, if you guys have been watching my channel, you know that in my Pokemon Sun and Moon and also Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon playthroughs, I started with Litten in both games. Incineroar is by far my favorite starter from the Alola region, and I am so glad to see him join the roster. His moveset looks amazing, his animations are awesome, his taunts are awesome, everything about Incineroar is super cool, and I am so excited to play with him when the game comes out. Next up, I would have talked about the Amiibo, but you guys already know that I'm going to buy all of them anyways, so there's really no reason to talk about them. They all look super awesome, and I look forward to adding them to my collection. In fact, I'm thinking about starting doing Amiibo Hunter series where I go out and I wait in line and just bring you guys along with me, so if you guys want to see that, please let me know because I think it would be a super fun series to put on this channel. So the next thing I think is important to talk about though is Spirits Mode. Now at first, I was really not interested in Spirits Mode. I thought it looked kind of dumb, but then I found this article on Kotaku.com and it explains in great detail exactly what Spirits is, and honestly, on a casual level, it sounds like it's pretty fun. So if you guys are still unsure about what Spirits is, I will leave a link to this Kotaku article in the description bar down below so you can figure out exactly what it is. Basically, it sounds really cool. It seems like you can take characters, you fight versus other characters, and then you can earn these stickers or trophies, which allow you to play as like a version of the character, so you're not actually playing as the character, but for example, you can get Falco and then you can put Revali over it, so it seems like you're playing as Revali, even though you're actually still playing as Falco. Personally, I think it's a pretty cool idea. I know a lot of people aren't very receptive to it, and honestly, once the game comes out, I might just play it a couple of times and then stop playing it, but hey, sometimes those are the best modes where you play them once, you have a good time with them, and then you move on with the rest of the game. After that, I think it's pretty important to talk about the new online mode. So as you guys know, I said that I believe that this new online system is worse than For Glory, and honestly, I still believe that to be true. Back in the day, during the Smash 4 days, you used to be able to go online and play in two different modes. You could either play for fun or for glory. If you don't know what those are, in For Fun you could play with friends with items or in time or stock. It was just casual. But then if you wanted to play on a competitive level with no items, no bad stages or anything like that, you could play in For Glory versus other players that wanted to get better without using items. It was way more competitive. Now the way in which it's set up is that you have to choose your preferred rule type. So for example, you could set it for 2 minutes time, 3 stocks, no items, Omega form of Final Destination only, and another person could say 6 minutes time, 0 stocks, all items on, any stage goes, and there's a chance you might match up with them, and if you match up with them, you might have to play with their rules. It's kind of like a coin toss in a way. It's going to choose one or the other, and sometimes it's going to choose the person who chose the items and the 6-minute time limit, and honestly, that doesn't sound super fun to me. I wish they kept the For Glory and For Fun separate, just so we could have a little bit of differentiation between the competitive scene and the casual scene, but at the same time, I guess I kind of see where they were going with this, but I just wish they kept For Fun and For Glory. The next thing I want to talk about is extremely important, but at the same time, it is not Sakurai's fault by any means, so do not blame him for what I'm about to say. Basically, what I want to talk about is why there are no online dedicated servers for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now that we're paying for Nintendo Switch Online, I feel like they should have added in some type of way for us to have better online connection, but it's going to be just the same as the Wii U, unfortunately. If you guys have ever tried to play Smash Wii U or 3DS Online, you guys know that it's extremely laggy, and because Nintendo is not paying the extra money to get dedicated servers for it, the matches online are going to be just as bad, unfortunately. So to combat this, Sakurai recommends that you get a LAN cable so that the connection is smoother, which is what I did, because at this point, if you want to have stable online matches, it's just something you're going to have to do. The next thing that I want to talk about are the assist trophies. So if you guys were watching live with me, you know that there was one point where they revealed 3 different assist trophies, and that's where a bunch of the people in the chat started to go nuts. Obviously, I'm referring to Shadow, Isaac, and the Black Knight. Now, all 3 of these characters had a ton of evidence supporting their inclusion in the game. The Black Knight wasn't in the background of Castle Siege, he'd be the perfect Echo Fighter for Ike, Isaac did phenomenal on the Smash ballot, as well as Shadow. There was just so much evidence pointing towards their inclusion that a lot of people, including myself, really got their hopes up and thought that they were going to make it into the game. Now, in the video I made earlier about my raw thoughts, I said that sometimes including a character as an assist trophy actually hurts more than them being playable in the game, or not including them at all. See, if Isaac or Shadow weren't included at all, I feel like it would have made a lot of people, it would have been easier for all of us to accept that they weren't into the game as playable fighters, but instead now we get to see them, and just like Waluigi, we get to beat them up and kill them to earn points, even though we cannot play with them. The next thing I wanted to talk about, guys, was that Sakurai confirmed there would be 5 new DLC characters. Now, this is really interesting in a lot of ways. First of all, Sakurai said that none of them would be Echo Fighters, which is awesome. All of them are going to be brand new, made from scratch, unique fighters. Next up, that means that if your character didn't get in, they still have a chance. Personally, I am pushing for Tetra from The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. You guys already know I'm pushing for her. But that means characters like Geno and Banjo can still get in. That's extremely awesome. After that, I want to talk about the newest character that's going to be the first wave of DLC, the Piranha Plant. Now, I've seen a ton of mixed reactions on this Piranha Plant and whether or not people actually like him or not, but it seems more like now people have gotten used to him and they really like him in the game. He seems like he's a super unique character, and he's free DLC, guys. Like, Sakurai didn't have to make Piranha Plant free, and with Piranha Plant and the 5 new DLC characters, that means that we will have a total of 80 fighters in this game. This is the ultimate Super Smash Bros. This is amazing, and even if you don't like the new Piranha Plant, at least he's in the game and he's a free character. And the final thing that I wanted to talk about, guys, is the new story mode or adventure mode, World of Light. While I was watching the trailer originally, I honestly thought it was just another part of Spirits mode, so I was extremely disappointed. But now I've come to realize that this is actually its own thing. This is going to be an adventure mode with CGI trailers and even some voice acting. Now, Sakurai said that this was going to focus more on fun than it would on actual, like, story mode. But at the same time, if we get all of the same cool cutscenes that we got for the opening at the end of this direct, I think that this is going to be an awesome new game. Now, I know a lot of people were really hoping for Subspace Part 2, including myself, but Smash Ultimate is a different game. At this point, it's time to leave Brawl in the past and move forward and try this whole new thing that is exclusive to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So guys, those are all of my thoughts about the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct today, but I'd love to hear yours. Were you happy about the Direct today, and what would you change if you could? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.